Let's talk about something interesting. The feeling of pain. Now, I wanted to make this video because personally I've been struggling through pain a lot, but I've been able to manage it. So, let's get into it. So, is pain a good thing or a bad thing? To be honest, it's kind of hard to tell. Pain is interesting, and what I really mean by pain is just uncomfortable feelings in general. And they're definitely like a negative and a positive all at once. You know what I mean? And it's pretty interesting how like they serve as like a compass and certain things I will get into later. But yeah, like first off, let me start by saying that like pain doesn't feel nice. Right? Like it doesn't feel the greatest to feel pain, obviously. It doesn't feel pleasant, it doesn't feel nice. But that is part of pain, and fortunately, pain has a purpose. Now, I'd say one of the most interesting things about pain is that it kind of it gives you pain to prevent you from feeling pain in certain scenarios, and I think that's strange, right? It's like it seems like such like a flaw in human beings, but like I think that's so interesting how, like, for example, like if you've ever been, if you know about trauma, like it will give you pain to prevent you from feeling that pain again. And I just think that's so interesting how like we're not like hardwired. This is a separate, well, kind of. This is kind of a separate point, but like it's kind of crazy how like we're technically hardwired to like feel negative emotion first and then positive after, you know? And I really just think that that's because we're kind of animals, you know? And I think that like nature found that like to make animals actually do something, you don't give them pleasant feelings, you give them negative feelings that don't feel good. And that kind of sucks, you know? It kind of sucks that like that's like hardwired in us, but at the end of the day, like, this is another side point, but like, look, like, there, there is a lot of solace to find in certain really negative things. And the solace of pain, even if it makes you feel like 5% better, it's still 5% better, right? The solace of pain is that it's just trying to protect you. It, it's just trying to protect you, and if you're really going through it, like, feelings are kind of like weather in a sense, where like they come and go, like even the positive ones, even the negative ones, like obviously the negative ones, the positive ones, like they never last forever, you know. It's very strange how like feelings work, but yeah, like feelings they come and go. You know, it could be reassuring, but it can also be like you can also kind of forget it sometimes, and unfortunately, like the chant isn't a chant because like it doesn't do any magic spell, which is making you feel better. And what I mean by that is like you can't just chant the words, oh, it doesn't last forever, and it doesn't like that doesn't make you feel better because you're still feeling the fucking pain, right? um Same thing for like, one day we're gonna die, right? Like same thing for that. Like it doesn't really make you feel better. Like all of these like chants, they don't make you feel better. They they kind of make your conscious mind feel like a little bit more like Like it feels like if you're right here, like it kind of like tones it down like a little bit. And obviously those are obviously like your thoughts that are like propping up and shit. And like, oh, like, how do you want to be remembered? How do you want to die? We're all gonna die one day. Am I gonna fucking care about am I gonna really care about this when I'm on my deathbed? You know, like at least I tried. I tried my best. I'm so like grateful that I tried. Um, feelings don't last forever. That's kind of the whole purpose. But it never makes you feel better. And guys, like, if I'm being honest, like, I'm still on my journey, right? Like these are more like journey videos, if I'm being honest. Um, and I'm still on my journey, and I still haven't really figured out if like how to use these like dark emotions effectively necessarily. All I've really learned to do is like feel these dark emotions and just do the fucking work anyway, because I feel like it's the only, like, I figured out kind of that like it's the only way to actually like live life is like you can't let the guys like you can't let these dark emotions like take control of your life. You have to like train yourself and do things that make you feel substantially better, or else you're just gonna crash out, guys. Like it's as simple as that. Like you're just gonna crash out. Like it's that simple. Like it's just that simple. Like you have to find something, and you have to give it like give it everything, like your entire soul, the whatever soul you feel like you have left when you're feeling like a fucking like a 1 or a 2 out of 10. You just have to try your fucking best to just like do these things, like working out, getting good sleep, please, I pray, reducing your screen time, spending time learning about shit to make your life better, and taking action on those things, guys. Because ultimately, like that's kind of all you can like really do, unfortunately. All you can really do is just like okay, what are you trying to say? Basically, like, okay, so you have bad feelings and you have good feelings, right? Sorry, you don't have bad feelings. You have feelings that are unpleasant and feelings that are pleasant. This is a fact. It will rain and it will be sunny sometimes. That's a fact. It's just a fact of the universe. Sometimes it will storm, sometimes it will rain, sometimes it will hail, sometimes it will snow, sometimes there will be a fucking blizzard. Okay. Other times it'll be clear blue sunny skies with the fucking birds chirping Disney World ass shit. This is life. Whether you like it or not, you're playing this game, guys. It's just how it is. Whether you like it or not, you're playing this game and you have to live it. It's as simple as that. Like it's honestly as simple as that, guys. Like there's no like there's no other way around it, you know. And because you're forced to be a player in this game, you obviously, well, you want to win, right? Because if you're gonna play, you might as well try to win. That's the key word there, try. Look, I know that the majority of life for people is hell. And it sucks for me too sometimes, you know? But I've found a way to like live life towards what I want to do. And it's simply by just fucking doing it, guys. Like, it's really that simple, man. Like, you're forced to be a player in this game. You're forced to experience the weather. You might as well just fucking do things that are gonna make you feel better in general. You know, you can think of it as like an analogy of like, let's just say like you're a few years into self-improvement, or like you're a few months, a few weeks, whatever. The more consistent you are, the more you do these things, the less you'll be affected by the snow, you know? This goes back to just, you know, what was his name? I believe it was Socrates. Socrates' mindset of just like, all people really do is just chase happiness, which is true. It's 100% true, yeah. But instead of just chasing happiness, we're trying to really protect ourselves from the pain, right? From the inevitable pain. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Right? We're protecting ourselves from the pain, but we're also making the joy feel better. And the only real way is self-improvement, discipline, spirituality. These things that just like make you a better human. You need to develop the skill. This is a need. This is a must. Like, as a human being, you need to have the willpower and the discipline to do shit that you must do, even if you don't feel like doing it. It's just, it's almost like a law of the fucking universe. Like, you have to do it. You have to do it. Of course you do. You have to do things even if you don't feel like doing them. Of course. Naturally. Like, of course. It's just how life works, you know? But yeah, if you do want a tool for that, there is this, not sponsored by the way, there is this there's this app called How We Feel. And basically like you track your emotions. I feel if it sounds woo-woo, but trust me, like, this is very important. Dr. Andrew Huberman suggested it. You don't need to take my advice. You know, his advice is, you know, far superior than mine, but you know, he suggested it. Basically, like, I've used it for like a few days now, and it man, I'm not gonna lie, bro, like, it's great. It's great, man. It's great. I'm not gonna lie, it's freaking great, dude. Like, I, I should be, like, if I'm being honest, like, I kind of have this, like, I should be charging for this information, because, like, not a lot of people use it. It has, like, what, like, 300 likes on, like, the App Store, which is fucking crazy. Or, like, does it have a few K likes? And then there's this other one called, like, Dailyo, but that one's, like, kind of mid compared to this one, in my opinion. Because this one's more, like, interactive and more, like, a little more accurate. And just better in general. It deserves all of whatever that other emotional tracker app is. But basically, the whole point of tracking your emotions, really, is a few things. And very, very important things. But everyone should be doing, like, this should be, like, we should have, honestly, bro, we should have been doing this shit in school, bro. Like, technically, have you ever had those, like, charts of, like, oh, how are you feeling today? Like, we should have been doing this shit in school, bro. Like, it should have been part of our, like our daily check-in to, like, log into. Okay, everyone. Okay, everyone. Okay, class. Everyone log into How We Feel, okay? But yeah, like, it's not always nice. It's not always nice, but basically, like, you just track your emotions, and I'm not there quite yet, but the premise is that after, like, a while, you kind of start to, like, predict how you will feel in certain scenarios, emotions, and thoughts. It's like, you know that like when you write down like for like the fifth time, like, oh, I was thinking about my work, I was thinking, and then I was like driving to work and I felt like shit. Okay, what can you do? And you're like, okay, well, obviously, when I drive to work and when I go to work, I hate it. What can you do? Can you do some NSDR before you get in the car? Does that make you feel better? Can you? This goes back to my, if you remember my N of 1 video. I don't know actually if that video ever got uploaded. I think something happened with it for some reason, but basically I had this concept of like N of 1 study, where like you do this study on yourself, and if like something doesn't work, then you just move on to the next thing. And that's this kind of helps you with that a little bit. What can you do? You know, if look, I'm not the type of person to really agree with therapy, to be honest, because like at first you don't need therapy, guys. You really don't. At first, the first thing you need to do is get your life in check. And a lot of therapists don't really understand like this hard discipline, like self-improvement life. But first, that's the first thing you gotta do. I would understand going to therapy after that if you're really like feeling some like deep emotional trauma, like you feel like you need to like work through that. Like I do understand that, to be honest. And you know, there's not sponsored at all, but there's apps like BetterHelp, or I'm sure you could just look it up. But yeah, you should definitely use How We Feel. It's game changer, to be honest. Yeah, to be honest, guys, like just like watching like educational like shit, like it's always so helpful, man. It really is. And I really love and respect like all these content creators who are like pushing everyone to become like educational content creators. Mainly Hamza is like that's like literally his whole niche right now. But yeah, like I just love the fact that like he's basically creating like this like almost like world of like just a whole bunch of like teachers that teach you shit. But yeah, guys, hope you do well. See ya.